Great members of this program. So proud of all three of these young men. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll take a commercial while senior night is going on, and then we'll have our.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to South Lafourche Boys Basketball Senior Night. We're going to kick this off with number 2, Sydney Bruce. Future players attend college and pursue a degree in physical therapy. One more time, Sydney Bruce. Next up we have number 3, Dane Bordelon. And he's scored by his mom, Toya Terrebonne, and his dad, David Bordelon. Future plans, attend college and pursue basketball. One more time for number 3, Dane Bordelon. Next we have number 35, Kendall Walker. Kendall gets scored by his mom, Cass Bruce, dad, Jason Walker, grandma, Cindy Sabla, and Byron, Charlotte Terrebonne. Future plans, continue playing football at the University of Arkansas Monticello while pursuing a career in exercise science. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for number 35, Kendall Walker.
Banking you could count on is going to be Daniels jumping against Dante Davis. Tarpon's in the home white with the blue trim. Assumption in the very clean red uniforms with the white trim. I like those uniforms a lot.
Oh, yeah. Nice
Reminded
and
me of my
bright.
Rockets. Daniels versus Davis. Tarpon's right to left. Stangs left, right to left. Stangs left to right, rather. Messed that up. It's been a long day. We are underway with Assumption controlling the tip. Consary gets it to Blanchard. Back to Consary. Consary to Blanchard. They say he's a shooter. Back to Consary. Gets it to Zero Jones. Reversing it to Blanchard for a 3. Missed it. Rebound goes to the Stangs. Consary. Top of the key. Reversing it to Blanchard. Shot fake. And gets it back to Consary. Step back. Gets away with a walk. Drops it to Johnson. Johnson's a scorer. He's a big play guy. Gets it to Davis in the corner. Missed it and over the back on Tajay Jones. Daniels draws it. And a great defensive start for South Lafourche outside of allowing the initial offensive rebound.
Yep. Daniels with good block out position. Easy call.
Bordelon coming the other way to Lee. Lee gets it to Gisclair in the middle, puts it up and in. So, great start always. 2-0. Consary across midcourt. Oh, that's not Consary, that's Johnson. Brian Johnson. If you read the box scores, he often has 15, 20 points. He's a weapon. Gets it to Jones. Jones a long pass to Consary, now to Blanchard. Back to Consary, steps into a 3. Missed it. Rebound goes to Assumption Davis. Davis at the high post, gets it to Consary, who attacks, loses it to Jones. And Jones is, oh boy, fouled by Daniels.
Ugh.
Cheap one. Assumption was out of control, going out of bounds, and BJ got him. That's his first. 1:20 in. Johnson working on Bordelon. To the corner they go, now to Blanchard, and they nearly throw it away, but it ends up in Johnson's hands. Johnson with an NBA 3. Brick, rebound goes to Assumption. Davis backs down, lays it up, missed it. Rebound goes to Walker, to Bordelon. The Tarpons have an opportunity in transition. Bordelon at the rim. Euro lays it up and missed it. Rebound to Daniels, who shoots it up and missed it, but he draws the foul. So how about that? We're the ones pushing the tempo there and got a layup try and draw a foul.
Yes, indeed. Dane Bordelon is quick as anyone else in this district. He had a chance there, almost with that beautiful Euro. Brandon Daniels with a good follow-up and 2 free throws here.
BJ shoots the first one up and strong and out. He must not be listening to Turtles tips.
I guess not.
Got to get him some headphones. Free throw is up. He missed them both. Rebound to Walker. Walker has it taken away. Here come the Mustangs. Davis. Well, they wanted a timeout, but I guess not anymore. Coach Hollins was calling for it. Now he'll get it. So a minute and 54 in. It's 2-0 South Lafourche. And Coach Hollins is calling a timeout because I'll be honest, I don't think they know what defense South Lafourche is in right now.
Nope.
And I think that this timeout is to try to figure out what the heck the Tarpons are doing defensively.
Yep. I mean, I see it, but they're way too close to me to just reveal it live on the air, just in case they hear. But it's a good one. We'll just end it at that.
It is, as Taylor Griffin tabs junk defense, perhaps.
It's a bit non-traditional, and
Yeah.
it's definitely designed to throw you off balance, particularly one person.
There you go. So Assumption calls the early timeout. We'll see if they could figure it out. College ranks, we got a matchup of 2 teams in the top 10. Baylor is beating Texas 73-62 with 4 minutes to go in that one. Assumption to get it in to Johnson. Johnson to Jones. Jones, top of the key, reversing it to Blanchard and getting it to the corner. Davis back to Blanchard. Now to Johnson, attacks, lays it up and missed it. Rebound goes to Assumption, who lays it up and in. Kendall Walker just got a bad break there. He was in good position. The ball hit off the rim at an awkward angle and it bounced over his head. But Assumption showing pressure and knocks the ball out of bounds. 2-2 our score. Lee to Walker. Walker to Lee. Back to Walker across the timeline. Kendall to BJ. Daniels reverses it to Bordelon, steps into a 3-ball, and got it. Soft shooter's touch from Dane Bordelon. It's 5-2. I tell you, this is an all-district player, man. He's a good player. Johnson. Top of the key, reversing it to Jones. Jones. Studying the floor. Assumption still having a hard time identifying what the defense is doing. They get it to Consary. Consary to Blanchard, nearly out of bounds. They finally get it to Johnson. This is where they want the basketball. Johnson attacks, and it's blocked out of bounds by Walker. So good job by the Tarpons. You could see without Tyler, all the attention's on 11, Brian Johnson right now defensively. Blanchard. And that's got to be on Assumption, huh?
Yeah.
Foul away from the play, and it is on Assumption. Consary, he was just clearing out the lane. The term we have used in district play is lead blocking. Bordelon had a beat. Oh, Walker was wide open, but Assumption deflects and lays it up and missed it. Rebound goes out of bounds to South Lafourche, but boy, a missed opportunity. Walker was by himself in the paint, but Assumption got a hand up and deflected it.
Man. Tough timing, tough break.
They got him again, but he doesn't see it. Daniels gets it to Bordelon. Bordelon to Walker. It's a sloppy press from Assumption. We're going to get a lot of layups out of this if they stay in it.
Indeed.
Bordelon to Gisclair. Pat gets it to Daniels for a 3. Missed it. Rebound goes to Assumption. Assumption has it to Johnson. Johnson in transition, lays it up and in, and that's why the defense is shaded his way. Lee to Walker, across the timeline. Walker to Lee. Gets it to Gisclair. Gisclair closely guarded.
Assumption in the man-to-man defense here.
Up to Lee on the right side, to cutting Bordelon at the rim, like taking candy from a baby. Please continue to play man-to-man defense, guys.
Oh, yep. That first easy curl.
Johnson across midcourt, 7-4, Tarpon's lead. That's a moving screen. It's a moving screen on Dante Davis. Mr. Botto was negotiating with him for a second, but then gave us the call.
Worried.
But they got the call right. 7-4, our score midway through the opening quarter. Bordelon cross midcourt. Dane to Walker on the right side. Kendall to cutting Bordelon. He lays it up and in. Please continue to play us man-to-man, guys. 7 points for Dane. Johnson across midcourt. Throws long to Blanchard. To Davis. Davis backing down to Jones. Has it taken away by Walker. To Bordelon. Tarpon's coming the other way. Bordelon, top of the key. To BJ. BJ looks inside, gets it to Lee. Reversing it to Dane. Dane's got 7 early points to Lee. Lee looks inside, gets it to Gisclair. And to Walker on the baseline. Sloppy pass, nearly threw it away. Walker on the wing, hands it to Bordelon. Bordelon penetrates to Lee. Back to Bordelon, thinks about the shot. Good patient possession from South Lafourche. Bordelon to Lee. To BJ. BJ attacks off the dribble all the way through. The man-child missed it. Good strong move. Here they come. Johnson gets it to Jones, and that's an offensive foul.
Easy call.
Kendall Walker took it in the chest. Kendall was the charge champion until last game when Dane took the title off of him. Walker may have just tied him up with that one.
Man, what's really worrying me about South Lafourche's offense right now, I remember having the same feeling when you know you got a terrible man-to-man defense that you're up against. Everybody kind of gets greedy, like I want the layup, I want the
curl,
next one. And there's too much clutter. They got to be more methodical. They got to be patient here.
Gisclair gets it to Daniels. Now back to Pat, to Bordelon. Bordelon picks up his dribble, gets it to Lee. BJ's open at the rim, lays it up, and draws the foul. So BJ will be shooting too.
And with that, everyone taking the next curl, the next roll, trying to get it. You've got to be patient. Did they say on the floor?
That's atrocious. That's atrocious. He nearly got an and one. How could that have not been? It's the third foul on Terrace Consary, by the way.
I lost my train of thought with that horrible call.
No, yeah, that's atrocious. Walker backs down. Ball don't lie. We get the layup anyway. Walker puts it home.
Easy money there.
11-4 our score. Assumption is in the bonus. Blanchard, or rather the Tarpons have forced Assumption into the bonus. Every foul the rest of the way, Tarpons are shooting free throws. Malaire just checked in, gets it to Davis. Back to Malaire. Malaire throws it long to Davis. Boy, Malaire doesn't look altogether confident. Jones missed it. Rebound to Gisclair. Assumption's having a hard time cracking the code right now. Gisclair across the timeline. Pat gets it to BJ. BJ reversing it to Gisclair to Walker. Walker loses it, gets it back. Loses it, gets it back. Loses it, gets it back. And now throws it away. Ugly. Malaire gets it to Johnson. Johnson with an NBA three, missed it. Rebound to Daniels. Daniels to Bordelon. Boy, they had Lee for the home run, but probably wise to be patient. Bordelon steps into mid-range, missed it. Rebound to Walker. Walker backs down, lays it up. No. Daniels got it, lays it up and in. Taylor, they don't have an answer inside, brother man.
South Lafourche is going to win this game by 30 if it keeps going like this.
Yeah, Assumption really got to buckle down. Johnson to Blanchard. Back to Blanchard, through to the corner. Now they get a shot from Davis, no good. Rebound to Daniels. Daniels pushing it in transition to Bordelon at the rim, lays it up and in. The surprise is not that the Tarpons are winning, but that they're running Assumption out of the gym. something we didn't expect to see. Johnson with 18 on the clock to Blanchard. Blanchard nearly throws it away to Johnson. 10 on the clock. They've got it in the hands of their guy. Johnson going to try to work on Bordelon, one of the better defenders in the district. 5 on the clock. He shoots a long 3 from the parking lot brick. Rebound goes to Blanchard, but Daniels blocked it at the buzzer. Our score after 1, it's Tarpon's 15, Assumption 4. Taylor.
Just flabbergasted at what we're seeing here.
Well, there's a long way to go. 3 full quarters. Tarpon's up 11, just clear. Looks inside to Daniels. Daniels at the rim. That's easy. That is too easy. 4 points for BJ. Good pass, good finish. That's Johnson. Left side of the floor, Johnson. Tax hands it off to Moller, and we have
an Assumption shuffle.
We get way too excited about that. Tarpon's up 13. Cajun Crazies are wearing cowboy hats tonight. Daniels on the wing. BJ reverses it to Walker. Now to Bordelon to lead the rim. Lee backs down, gets it to Cutting Daniels, who loses it. A little too unselfish there. Lee needs to attempt that layup. Davis attacks, lays it up and in. That's a good, strong move from Dante Davis. Assumption backing out of their press. I think that's a wise decision.
Yep, you said it. Absolutely. Now, not getting out of the man-to-man defense, probably not a wise decision, but
Walker on the
see
left
how it
side
plays out.
to Lee. Lee feeds the paint to BJ, who backs down, lays it up and in. That's going to be there all night long. They don't have a single man who could guard him.
Nope.
19-6. BJ has 6. Assumption, Johnson looking to go ISO, gets it to Moller. Moller tacks off the dribble into the body of Walker, bricked it. Rebound goes to Assumption, but they're on the floor. It's a travel. Austin Salva will check into the game for Tyler Lee. See if Austin could provide a little spark.
Yeah. Man, what kills me about these wide open curls and the sloppy defense they're facing, not only is everyone wanting that layup, but everyone wants to force that pass. Man, swing it 2 or 3 times, get a much easier opportunity.
BJ to Salva, who just checked into Walker on the wing. Kendall. And we have a foul away from the play, I think. Nope, that's going to be an offensive foul on Daniels. So Coach Colley is going to get BJ out the game with a 13-point lead. That's a wise decision. They're going to get Otan to the game. And Taylor, what hurt your mood here is both of his fouls are not great fouls.
Yeah.
One of them 80 feet away from the bucket and then an offensive foul. Moller to Davis, back to Moller, shoots a long 3, got it. So mark that down. He leaves the game, and it's a 13-point ball game. Let's see how the Tarpons fare. Bordelon, cross midcourt. Gets it to Walker. Walker to a cutter, and it's taken away. Blanchard does not have numbers, but he lays it up, missed it. Rebound to Otan. Tarpons have been in the penalty for a long time and haven't drawn any penalty free throws yet.
And they've got to wear Assumption down. Stop forcing that first pass on the first cut.
Otan to Savoie, who's open for a 3. The lefty missed it. Rebound goes to Gisclair, who lays it up and 1. Pat has 4 points. I'll tell you something. That young man makes this team better. We were missing him when he was not on the floor because of the contact tracing. 21-9 our score. He's got 4 points in the game. LaShawn Ward checks in. Sorry, Taylor.
Patrick Gisclair, you figure what, 5'8" at best, 5'9"?
Yeah, about my height, so yeah, 5'9"-ish, something like that.
Plays like he's 6'3".
Broad shoulders, man. He's getting thick.
Man.
He's getting strong.
Tough. Goes in there with no fear and converts the and 1 with that made free throw.
5 points in the game for Pat. It's 22-9, Tarps lead. Johnson to Davis. Davis directing traffic. Reverses it to Moller. Back to Davis. Goes off the dribble, shoots the mid-range. That's a tough shot. I'll say it better. That's a bad shot. And Tarpons will get the rebound, come the other way. Gisclair, 2-on-2. Now here come the trailing Mustangs, but they take it away. Davis. Assumption in transition. Jones, fadeaway, no. Rebound Walker. Shot selection for Assumption just not very good right now, man.
No, not at all.
Just Claire on the right side, feeds it to Otan. Otan backs down, lays it up, no. And here comes Assumption. Johnson all the way through, lays it up, and one. Bordelon takes the charge, but doesn't get the call to be a blocking foul, and Assumption makes it 22-11. I think you're sensing, Taylor, what I'm sensing is that we better stop playing with our food.
Yeah, the Tarps offensively right now, they're getting a little too overconfident. They know they're a much better team than Assumption is, but they're just
glad to Otan the rim. They can't press us.
And of course this happens.
They can't press us.
It's just about to fuss them for playing too fast.
Here come the Mustangs. Johnson through the defense has a clean take. Oh no! Oh no! Savoie took it away and was off to the races. They're going to say a held ball. I don't know that we're going to be seeing that particular official again this season, if you know what I'm saying.
My goodness.
Judging by the reaction of Coach Colley after that whistle. Hoo-yah-yah. Davis. The arrow pointing to Assumption, but the Tarpons were just robbed out of 2 points. And now, of course, we got to have a meeting to discuss it. They're discussing where the ball is going to be placed in play. They'll give it to Assumption in front of the Tarpon bench. Nope, on the baseline, under the bucket.
Deep in the coin.
Yep, tough place to inbound the ball, and they do get it in to Molaire. Molaire with a long three, missed it. Rebound to BJ, who just checked back in. BJ got to be careful. 4 minutes of clean basketball without a third foul from here would be big. Just Glare steps into a wide open three, buried it.
Love it.
Pat Gisclair has 8 points. It's 27-12.
Step into a transition three. Beautiful.
Davis on the left side of the floor being harassed by Gisclair. Davis now reversing it to Molaire. Molaire throws long to Davis. Skip pass to Molaire. Another long three. That's way off and over the back. Go knock him down, Jackson. Assumption, Taylor, I don't mean to be critical, but they've shown me no ability to make a regular three-pointer, much less a three-pointer 5 feet behind the line.
You're right. I mean, it's just.
We'll take it, though.
It's uncalled for. It's a. Good God.
So Jackson will be shooting a 1-and-1.
But yeah, back to the whole South Lafourche offense. You mentioned, they're playing with their food, so to speak, and we're just love it, by the way. They better not get themselves in a trap. Jackson Otan makes the first free throw. They better not find themselves in a tough spot later because they were so worried about trying to make Assumption look foolish, trying to, out one-on-one them, out pickup game them. Like, just beat them at your game and win by 30 and go home. Like, that's what we need to focus on.
Otan splits the pair. Johnson gets it to Jones. Long pass to Molaire. Trying to get it to Johnson. He's in trouble getting away with a walk. Gets it back to Johnson. To Jones. Inside they go and it's thrown away. No look pass. Daniels all the way through. Lays it up and in.
Got it.
BJ's got 8 and it's 30-12. Johnson on the right side of the floor to Molaire, top of the key, reversing it to Jones, back to Molaire. A long three, about 5 feet behind the line, he missed it. I love those shots.
Me too.
Bordelon coming the other way to Savoie. Austin with a shot fake, feeds the big fella who backs down, shoots it up, missed it. Rebound goes to Otan, who is fighting for control, gets it to Pat, who shoots a three. Got it!
Woo. Give it to him.
Gisclair's red hot. It's 33-12.
Feeling himself from behind the line.
Assumption Johnson has it taken away by Savoie. Austin Savoie one-on-one at the rim, lays it up and in.
You're not going to catch him.
35-12. Assumption looks shell-shocked. Daniels steals it away to Otan. Now Bordelon. Tarpon's 2-on-2. Bordelon to Savoie with a wing three. How about it? He missed it. Rebound goes to Assumption.
That would have sent this crowd into a frenzy. I was ready to stand up on that one.
Johnson to Davis. Has it deflected by Savoie. Active hands by Austin Savoie to Moller.
Crowd screaming to shoot it. This is comical.
Well, he shot everything else tonight.
He's wide open from 36 feet. Why not?
Moller gets it to Davis. Davis penetrates, backs down, shoots it up, and got it. Friendly roll. That's such a better shot than the step back 38-footer.
We having way too much fun with this one.
Bordelon got to get across, and he does. Dane to BJ. BJ to Cutter. That's Gisclair. Shoots it up and in. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, Patrick Gisclair is going off. He's got 13 in the first half. 37-14 our score. Johnson using a screen. Gets it to Moller. Moller backing out to his shooting zone. Gets it to Jones. Back to Moller. I love the student section telling him.
Crowd yelling for him to shoot.
Jones misses the three. Rebound to Bordelon. 42 seconds on the clock. Tarpon's up big. Dane across the timeline to BJ. BJ on the right side. A little bit out of control. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Bordelon. 28 seconds.
Good time to reset.
Bordelon to Daniels on the wing. BJ gets it to Otan. Otan to Bordelon. Oh, he's got Savoie on the cut, and he'll draw the foul. I think Coach Colley right now should get Daniels out of the game. He's got 2 fouls. Don't play a defensive possession with him.
Yep, I agree. That would be the smart move here.
We'll see if that's what he decides to do. Jones has committed his 3rd foul, so Austin Savoie will be shooting 2.
Yeah. But then I guess, you roll the dice and you leave Daniels in to secure that rebound off that miss instead of giving Assumption a chance at a second, a putback.
Look, Coach has won hundreds more games than I have. It was just an idea.
but hey, I'm with you.
Yeah. Austin misses the first one. He's got one more shot. And he made that one. And the sub will come in for him.
Yep.
So, good piece of coaching. And Taylor, and a sign of just how discombobulated Assumption is.
Oh, yeah.
The Tarpons just made a routine sub, and Assumption thought it was a timeout. They're just begging to not be playing right now. But in 14 seconds, they'll get their wish. Johnson across the timeline at 8. Working on Bordelon. Attacks all the way through. Has it taken away. And that'll be the end of the first half with our score. South Lafourche 38, Assumption 14. We're going to take a lengthy halftime break. The Tarpons are putting it on them here on KLEB. We'll be right back.
I'm going to do what I can to help my team win with or without the best guy.
Well,
but
we hope they find it on Friday and not in this second half. Bordelon on the right side to Lee, to Gisclair, who had a hot hand, to Walker in the middle, to Bordelon. Bordelon looks inside. Tarpons have the luxury of being patient with the big lead. They get it inside to Daniels, who reverses it to Bordelon. Tarpons got to get out of the lane.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great call by the official. They had 2 guys who had opened up a franchise store in the lane.
Yeah, right call. So Assumption elected to go to 2-3 zone defense that time. More on that later, next possession.
Johnson, he had 5 points in the first half. Being doubled, being harassed, and having it taken away by Daniels, who gets it to Bordelon. Back to Daniels, who lays it up and in. Unselfish play there by the senior guard, feeding the sophomore, who now has 10 points. Tarpons lead big, 40-14. Johnson, again being doubled, kicks it to the corner. Jones getting it to Moller, missed it. Rebound goes out of bounds to the Tarpons. And 1 minute in, I understand there's still a lot of basketball left to be played, but 1 minute in, same old, same old.
Yeah, whatever it is, it just doesn't look like it's there tonight for Assumption. I can only assume.
Bordelon. Studying the floor. Gets it to Gisclair. Gisclair to Walker, top of the key to Bordelon. Bordelon to Daniels to Walker. Walker to Lee. Getting it to BJ. BJ reversing it to Pat. Pat to Lee. Lee trapped, gets it to BJ at the rim, lays it up and in. I mean,
easy money again.
It's a clinic. He's got 12. 42-14, a football score. And a timeout by Coach Highlands. Taylor, I don't think there's enough timeouts left in Assumption season to save them tonight.
No. This is an absolute, this is beyond the panic timeout. This is a frustration timeout. Like, you guys know better. I can't believe I have to pull out the clipboard and re-coach you on this simple stuff right now. That's what's happening in that huddle. It's plain as day. You can hear it and see it.
And look, it sounds like we're piling on. This is a team on Saturday that played Plaquemine, the number 14 team in 4A, without Tyler and lost by 4 points. Like, they're capable of good things without him, and they're just not giving an honest effort right now. 42-14, our score. Blanchard throws long to Muller. Muller standing still. Gets it to Blanchard. Now to the corner they go. That's Jones. Blanchard with an NBA three. He got it. There's another long three-pointer. 42-17. Bordelon to Lee to Gisclair. Across the timeline easily. Pat gets it to Bordelon. To Lee. Lee to Bordelon. Bordelon to Lee. Back to Bordelon to Gisclair. Tarpons could be patient. They have got a huge lead. Walker to Bordelon.
Just got to take care of the ball here.
To Lee. Steps into a three ball. No. Rebound to Walker. Throws it out to Bordelon. Tarpons reset.
Good effort. Way to keep it alive.
I'd love to see Lee make a three ball before this game ends. He needs it for his confidence. Daniels in the high post to Lee. To Bordelon. To Gisclair. To Walker. Walker attacks baseline, throws it to the corner, Lee. Inside to BJ, doesn't catch it clean. Boy, he was open. Didn't catch it clean. Molaire coming the other way. To Blanchard, steps into another one. Got it, uh-oh. 2 straight three balls, it's a 22-point game. Gisclair to Lee. To Bordelon. Bordelon. Cross midcourt. Top of the key. To Lee. Lee on the wing to Gisclair, to Daniels on the high post, backs down all the way through, missed the bunny. Dangerous possession here for Tarpon defense. Davis all the way through. Euro lays it up and in. It's an 8-0 run for Assumption, and just like that, it's a 20-point game.
Don't let a bad team hang around.
Bordelon across the timeline. 4:25 to go in the third. Bordelon to Gisclair. Gisclair on the left side, back to Bordelon. Dane near midcourt. 4:14 to go. Lee to Daniels on the baseline. BJ to Bordelon. Bordelon forces it inside. It's taken away. Here come the Mustangs. They lay it up and in. Coach Kale is looking around like, guys, we got to wake up. He calls a timeout. It's a 10-0 run. It was a 28-point game. It's now an 18-point game.
Ugh. Not looking good.
Tarpons had an opportunity to deliver the knockout punch, but instead Assumption's wiggled back in.
Man, you hate to see it, man. The guys just taking it a little too easy. And it's exactly how we predicted. Now Coach Colley had to burn that timeout. You don't want to have to see him take, but I mean, I'm kind of left speechless because we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
If the boys didn't keep their foot on the gas. I mean, all Assumption did as far as an adjustment was switch to a 2-3 zone defense.
And made one of those long threes and got a little bit of a shot in the arm by it.
Yeah.
It's a 19-point game, or excuse me, 18-point game. We're still in control, but we've got to finish the quarter with a bang. State Bank and Trust Company, banking you could count on, member FDIC. Joe Septic Contractors, your largest sewage and portable sanitation company in Louisiana. Terrebonne General Medical Center, TGMC Community Sports Institute, education, prevention, care, giving back to our community. So a 10-0 run by the Mustangs prompts the timeout. Assumption will show the pressure. Lee to Gisclair. And now they back away once the Tarpons get it in bounds. Gisclair. Across the timeline. Gets it to Lee. Lee, long pass to Bordelon, steps into the 3-ball. No, rebound goes to Daniels, blocked away. Assumption saves it, here we go. Johnson, all the way through, lays it in. Starting to have flashbacks from a game against Terrebonne High School in this gym many years ago. Lee, we're not there yet. Gisclair. Gisclair to Bordelon. It's a 16-point game. Bordelon to Daniels. Daniels throws it away, over and back. Taylor, I think the Tarpons are trying a little too hard to run out time, and they need to go score the ball right now.
Yep.
Davis tacks off the dribble at the rim. He got it. It's a 14-0 run for Assumption.
They're just going to one-on-one and tossing up the ball. Everything's going in. The confidence is building back up.
There's no energy in this gym right now. The crowd is shocked. Daniels in the corner for a 3. He got it. Boy, we needed that.
Oh, big time.
Arguably your best player with a huge shot there. A big three-pointer. It's 45-28. Assumption. Consary tacks off the dribble, shoots it into the body of Daniels. He missed it, gets his own rebound to the corner for a 3. No, rebound to Walker. So we get the stop. See if we could go back to work, make it a 20-point game again. Yep. Bordelon. Across midcourt. Reversing his dribble to Lee. To Daniels, made one a second ago. Now he's very closely guarded to Bordelon. To Gisclair, to Lee. Lee gets him up in the air. Skip pass to Bordelon on the right side. To Gisclair, to Lee. To Daniels with another corner 3-ball. Nope, rebound goes to Assumption. Here come the Stangs. Consary will drop it to Davis. Davis has been the hot hand in this third quarter. Davis shoots it in the lane. He got it. Well, the Tarpons' problem there, you got to stop the ball before he gets into the paint. Gisclair beating the press. 15-point game. It was a 28-point game a minute ago. Gisclair to Lee, to Bordelon. To the middle, Walker to Lee, to Bordelon. 90 seconds to go in the third. Bordelon to Daniels, to Lee. Inside to Walker, who loses it, but Bordelon saves it. Bordelon has it taken away from behind. Assumption in transition, lays it up and in. It's a 13-point game. Tarpon's got to wake up. Bordelon to Lee. Lee back to Bordelon. Minute to go in the third. Bordelon to Gisclair. To Bordelon. To Lee on the right side. Lee to Walker, who loses it to Bordelon. Everything is just looks forced right now. Gisclair to Walker. There we go for a layup. It was a sloppy possession until the Tarpons get the layup. Now we got to get a stop. 37 seconds to go. Assumption with a chance for 2 straight possessions if they want it. Consary to Blanchard with a 3-ball. No, rebound to Walker. Walker to Gisclair, and we come the other way, 24 seconds. Gisclair across the timeline. To Lee, 18 seconds. There hadn't been a foul call in this entire third quarter. Daniels to Walker at the rim. On cue, there's a foul. Kendall will be shooting 2. Who's that on? That's the 4th foul on Consary. Any contributing player for Assumption right now will take foul trouble on them as they're starting to get some momentum.
Yeah.
Kendall shooting 2. He's got 4 points in the game. 2 big shots. The first one is up and true. 5 points for the senior. He will be signing with Arkansas Monticello to play football tomorrow, as well as Braxton Petrie, who will be signing with Louisiana College to play football tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
One more shot for Kendall. It's up and good. He made them both. Jackson Otan, I think, will come into the game for Daniels, who has the 2 fouls. So another opportunity to protect your sophomore. Get one stop here. Johnson 10 seconds on the clock. Johnson across the timeline. All the way through. That's an offensive foul. Kendall Walker took it in the chest. It would have been an and one, but Walker got the call, rightfully so. He was in the legal guarding position. And that's the second foul on Johnson. Now can the Tarpons get up a shot here with 4.9 on the clock? Lee to Otan. Otan crawls the timeline, shoots it from half court, and he probably shouldn't have shot the basketball. He had Walker in the lane. When your half court shot comes down before the clock reaches the buzzer, that'll be the end of the third quarter. But it was a sloppy third quarter, but the Tarpons remain in control by 17. We've got 8 more minutes of regulation basketball here on KLEB. We'll be right back in a minute.
Not allow that to happen.
Bordelon, Gisclair, Lee, Otan, and Daniels on the 5 on the floor for the Tarps. Molaire, the left side, working on Lee. Feeds it to Zero, who has it taken away. That was Jones. So the Tarpons got to stop and now come the other way. Boy, good 1-minute possession with a layup here. Gisclair. A lot of hands by that Assumption defense. Gisclair feeds it to Otan. Now back to Lee, to Bordelon. Bordelon, top of the key. To Gisclair, who's had a big night. Gisclair to Otan. To Bordelon. Bordelon on the left side of the floor. There's been a 40-second possession. Or it's going to be a 30-second possession to Daniels. Has it just clean taken away. Jones all the way. Lays it up and in. Open floor turnover. Got careless with the ball.
Can't have that. Can't have that.
Bordelon. Across the timeline. Attacks. In trouble. Gets it to Daniels. Daniels to Gisclair. Gisclair to Lee. To Otan. Otan to Gisclair. 6:45 and counting. To Lee. Tarpons working it around the perimeter. Lee to Daniels. To Bordelon. To Gisclair. To Lee. Lee. Tacks off the bounce to Bordelon. Wide open for 3. Nothing but the bottom. Your senior guard with a huge shot. He's got 12.
Confident 3 right there.
52-34. Here comes Assumption. Johnson. Reversing the basketball to Molaire. Molaire with the skip pass to Blanchard. He's made a couple of them. Now he reverses it to Johnson. 6 minutes to go to the middle. Davis, who has it blocked away by Otan.
Not in Jackson Otan's house, young man.
He dropped it to Jones, who had it clean swatted by Otan. Walker will into the game. Daniels will take a breather with 5:58 to go. Davis on the right side wing to Blanchard with a long 3 in the corner. Got it. I don't want a 3-pointer from him with the game on the line.
Nope.
Gisclair to Lee. Lee to Walker. Walker. Smart decision, pulls it out. To Cutter, that's Bordelon who lays it in.
Good cut.
We say it all the time. I love the way that kid plays, man. Davis loses his dribble, gets away with a walk to Blanchard from 3. Short this time. Rebound goes to Assumption, but it's going to be a foul in the box out by Jackson Otan. With 5:23 to go in regulation, Tarpons up 17. So we've played almost 3 minutes of the fourth quarter, and Assumption's only whittled 1 point off of the lead. Actually, the Tarpons have added 1 point to the lead. It was 16 at the end of the third.
Yep.
Get it in quickly for a layup, no good. Johnson gets his own rebound and lays it up and in. Bordelon to Otan. Otan throws long to Lee. Lee to the middle, Gisclair. Now Bordelon has it to Otan. 5:05 to go. Gisclair to Lee. To Walker. Walker loses it to Otan. Gets it to Lee. Skip pass to Bordelon. Just looks discombobulated right now to Lee. To Walker. Now Gisclair wide open from 3. Missed it. Rebound goes to Lee. And he throws it away. Force pass. Assumption. Davis loses it. Gisclair hustling for it. But here come the Stangs. 3. No. Rebound goes to Walker. That was Molaire on the miss. But Assumption fighting for it, and I think they're laying out of bounds. 4:29 to go in regulation. Assumption up 15. The Tarpons are going to get a smaller lineup on the floor with Savoie coming in for Lee. 15-point advantage. Assumption still way away from the bonus. Bordelon in trouble. Deflected out of bounds. The clock will restart. The 10-second clock, we mean. And Taylor, look, we talked about it in the first half. They're competing now. They give a crap now.
Yep.
Bordelon, this is what they needed to be doing the whole game. Otan at the rim, lays it up, blocked away. Walker has it on the right side. At the rim, it's an offensive foul. Kendall just clean ran over the defender with 4:13 to go in regulation.
Yep.
Molaire coming the other way to Johnson. Johnson attacks, step back three, missed it. Rebound goes to Blanchard, who lays it up and in.
Well, Assumption certainly found their pride in their effort in this second half, man.
Just Glare to Walker. Walker across the timeline to Savoie. 3:50 to go. The Tarpons still do lead by 13, but folks, we were up 28 in the third quarter. Savoie loses it, and we have the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tarpons with 3:43 to go. It just feels like a game at the LaRose Park right now, and that's not what we want, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Feels like a pickup game. Just Glare. See if the Tarpons can get a big bucket here to Savoie. Savoie to the middle. Walker doesn't catch it clean. Now Savoie has it again to Just Glare. To Bordelon. Bordelon to Just Glare. Just Glare attacks off the dribble, drops it to Otan, who lays it up and missed it. Here come the Stangs. Johnson reversing it to Molaire. To Davis for a three. Missed it. Rebound to Savoie. So Tarpons got to stop. 3:10 to go to Just Glare. To Savoie. Savoie has it poked away. Coach Kala is calling timeout. He gets the timeout when we don't even have the ball. We'll take it with 3:01 to go in regulation. Taylor, man, it just ever feel like you're on a roller coaster and you're just hanging onto the bars and hoping that the ride ends? I'm hoping this ride ends pretty soon.
Yeah, this is it's a very uncomfortable feeling in the gym.
It's just there's not a lot of energy. I don't know. It's just an eerie feeling, and hopefully the Tarpons could wake up with 3:01. Look, if you would have told Coach Colley before the game, hey, you're going to be up 13 with 3 minutes left, he would have signed, and he would have stabbed himself in the finger and signed with blood if he had to.
Yeah.
But just the way that this game has been played out, the Tarpons deserve or should probably be having a little better result right now. But hopefully they could finish it off.
Honestly, they should be up 40 points right now. It was that bad earlier.
Well, we use the expression, playing with your food.
Yep.
See if they could slam the door here. 3 minutes to go, you're up 13. Let's finish it off, guys. Bordelon to Just Glare. Just Glare to Savoie. To Bordelon. Bordelon to Just Glare, to Walker in the middle. To Savoie. Tarpons working some clock. Bordelon throws long to Savoie. To Daniels, who just checked back in. BJ throws to Bordelon. To Walker, to Just Glare. It's already a 30-second possession. We'll live with that. Bordelon attacks to Savoie. Shoots the three. Got it. Tell you, Austin, if you're going to shoot that, you had better make it, and he did.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 16-point game. Davis to the middle. Consary backs down. Missed it. Rebound goes to Consary, who's in trouble in the corner. Throws it right to Austin Savoie. Savoie,
he's in trouble.
Has it taken away by Assumption, who Davis lays it up. No, rebound tip to Walker. Good heady play by Daniels, tipping it to his big man. Just Glare across the timeline.
Gotta
He's
be
fouled
a foul.
with 1:57 to go in regulation. So it was a 13-point game with 3 minutes to go. It's a 16-point game with 2 minutes to go. Starting to feel a little bit better.
Yep, almost breathe a sigh of relief here.
Assumption, though, got to get in the bonus if they want to have any chance here. They're not even close. Savoie.
Not a lot of whistles.
Gisclair to Bordelon. If the put it like this, if the Tarpons are able to run 30 seconds off every possession, there's not going to be enough possessions for them to come back.
Yeah.
Gisclair to Savoie to Bordelon. This has now been a 25-second possession to Gisclair. Gisclair to Savoie. They're going to lose the game if they don't foul. Gisclair to Walker. It's a 40-second possession. Gisclair to Bordelon.
Ooh, soft pass.
45-second possession to Savoie. Savoie. 50-second possession to Gisclair to Walker. Walker attacks, gets him up in the air, lays it up and in. A 53-second possession ends with the back-breaking layup. Assumption gave us a scare, but the Tarpons are going to get the win here. Johnson, inside of a minute, gets it to Blanchard, who's had a hot hand. He attacks to the corner. They go. Consary for a three, no. Rebound goes to Bordelon, and that should be about it. Bordelon coming the other way with 44 seconds. In trouble, got to get across. Coach Colley calls a timeout with 39 seconds on the clock. But Taylor, we've sure moaned and groaned about the second half here at times, but it looks like the Tarpons are going to seal the deal and get the win.
Most important, Tarpons are going to get a win. I don't think it's going to be a very happy locker room, though.
Yeah. Look, I think Assumption just found something in the second half, too. The Mustangs didn't play well in the first half. The Tarpons kind of came back on their heels a little bit because they thought it was over. And then Assumption give them a lick in the face, and South Lafourche had to rise up and give them to their credit. They did.
Yeah.
But to your point, this should be 79-41 and not 59-41.
Yep, strange game for sure, but
we'll take it.
We will take a win.
And big district news that we'll get to in just a minute when this game goes final. Gisclair to Bordelon.
Got to get across.
Does get across. And Assumption pulling off the dog, saying no foul, this one's over. 23 seconds to Daniels at the rim, lays it up and in. South Lafourche, after a loss against Ellender, will bounce back and beat the second-place team in the district. Johnson shoots a mid-range, got it. Well, now Tarpons is the second-place team in the district.
That's
Assumption
right.
has 2 losses. Bordelon pulls it out, and our final score, South Lafourche 61, Assumption 41. The Tarpons get a big win. And Taylor, the big district news is that the South Terrebonne game is going to be postponed later in the year. The Tarpons now have 10 games played. You need 12 to make the playoffs.